Hey folks, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I look forward to all of them anyway. I like the challenge because so many of these songs I don't know, including this one. And this is a gift request. Roger Smith, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for this. But it's Clint Black's song, Untangling My Mind. And what a concept. I mean, this could go anywhere. Of course, I'm going to guess it's going to be context specific. It's not going to be big picture philosophical, although there are always philosophical implications of almost anything. But Roger, you said that Merle wrote this with Clint, so it's going to be something. You know that, because they're not lightweights, as we know. So let's see. Untangling My Mind. Those of you who follow the channel close, you know I'm 250 pages into writing a book. It's actually 253, and now I'm on the third draft, and that stage is to reduce the number of pages and words and redundancies and all that. But it has to do with finding out who you are, what drives you, what has driven you since birth, what your basic nature is, and this way you can have consistency of mind. And so we're going to see if I can borrow anything from this for the book. All right. If so, thank you ahead of time, Roger. See Merle's influence on it already.
Well, I guess you're glad to see I'm finally leaving. I know things for you will change now for the good, but it's all that I can do to pack my suitcase and walk away from you the way I should.
All right.
And I can't seem to find a voice of reason. Everything seems upside down and right side wrong, while part of me is here and won't like leaving. The rest of me, the best of me is gone. And I'm sure no one will wonder where I've gone to, but if anyone should ask from time to time, tell him that you finally drove me crazy, and I'm somewhere untangled in my mind.
What did she do other than leave?
Tell him I won't be riding, I'll be walking, 'cause I don't think a crazy man should drive. Anyway, the car belongs to you now, along with any part of me that's still alive.
Oh man, well, Merle and Clint wrote this. That I don't know if Clint got divorced at any point in his life, but this is way too real. You cannot write this song without having lived it. Even the way you're driving, when he brought that up, I remember when I was going through my divorce, and it wasn't my choice, so to speak. I was happy being married. But after that, I remember I normally drive fast, right, on highways, not in neighborhoods. But I remember just driving slow, not under the speed limit, but I just didn't care how I got where I was going. You're just lost, period, So that you can't write these type of lyrics without having gone through it. You can't watch a movie and be like, oh, I'm going to write a song about that. You just can't.
But there's really not much left you could hold on to, and if you did, it wouldn't last here anyway.
It wouldn't.
It'd head to where the rest of me rolled on to. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't stay. And I'm sure no wonder where I've gone to. But if anyone should ask from time to time, you can tell them that you finally drove me crazy, and I'm somewhere untangled in my mind. I'm somewhere untangled in my mind.
That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. And I figured out through my divorce, there are three things, three dominant considerations. And if you don't identify them, it just makes it harder to untangle your mind. It doesn't make it easy, but there are three things after you get divorced. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to work? And do you want another relationship? And then it becomes, well, let's say you say yes. Let's say you kind of figure out, all right, you're going to live somewhere, you're going to work somewhere. Do you want another relationship? It's very difficult to figure out what order to do those things in. If you already have a job that's settled, but if you want to move somewhere else, you can't necessarily work for the same company. If it's a small company and just in your area, whatever, you've got to figure those things out. Where do you want to live? Do you want to move? And those are legitimate considerations, and you can't figure them out right away. It's just too disorienting to have a relationship break up like this. This was so well depicted. Roger, that was really good. I know you pay attention to the channel, but that was, and some of you folks will, like Montauk Ed has been doing this lately as well, bring up a song that's like, oh yeah, you knew I was going to squirm, or you knew I was going to relate, or both. And well, when I squirm, it is because I'm relating to it usually. But Roger, you nailed this one, man. Yeah, the way Clint sang it too, with the sensitivity. And when the song started, there was piano. I wondered if that was Merle on the piano. Yeah, I don't know if Merle was in the studio recording this or if it was, Clint's folks. But that was a hell of a song. It was way too freaking true. I mean, when a song can literally transport you in your mind to being in places like I envision myself driving down Route 78 on the highway somewhere, slowly. Slow for me, which is maybe doing the speed limit, which is almost genetically impossible for me, especially on that highway, because they let you speed on that one to a point. I could picture that. I just picture, sometimes you could picture a feeling. It has a shape and a color to it. And you're like, oh God, there's that. I'm going to rate this song. The number is a 9.8. I don't know what kept it from being a 10, but the number that popped into my head was a 9.8. Just, she took everything from him and he's going to go somewhere. I like that line too. If anybody asks where I've gone, and I remember, because you wonder, like, when the relationship breaks up and you're going to move along, let's say, you wonder, like, who's going to remember you? Who's going to care about you? You worry, all right, is somebody going to side, so to speak, with your former spouse and therefore ignore me or not want to be in a relationship with me? Are they going to think I'm the bad guy? What's the narrative? What's the story? Who's telling the story? And you wonder those things, and it's human nature. But, eventually things sort of settle out and you find out who you are. When a few things start to settle, it is part of chaos theory. If those of you who study chaos theory, that if you've got 100 things swirling around in a box and one of them settles down, like one of them fixes itself, the other balls more rapidly accelerate their coalescence around that one ball so that another one will settle down. But then you'll have a third, a fourth, a 10th one come in pretty quickly to where things settle down more quickly. They don't all settle down mentally in life after you go through a divorce. You'll always wonder why. Generally speaking, what happened? What did I do? What didn't I do? But trying to figure out who you are, it eventually comes. And you got to get rid of a lot of the things that you used to think you valued. Go back to a couple of core issues and then build from that. And that's the challenge. And they captured it. You're untangling your mind to get back to a couple things. Then you can rebuild. All right, Roger, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you again, my friend. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.